Why, hello there, friends, family, and everything in between. My name is Dylan from Alternate Universes, and that is actually my legal name, Dylan from Alternate Universes. On the left, we have Cindy Zestoodle playing Blue-Red Prowess, and on the right, we have Adam Fitzes playing Hardened Scales Affinity? Question mark? I'm so used to hearing the word affinity after saying Hardened Scales that it just auto-fills in my brain, but I don't think there's a single card with affinity in that deck anymore, especially because Mox Opal is super dead in Modern. But, yeah, let's talk about these decks. We had Adam on camera last week because I think Hardened Scales is a pretty cool deck. In fact, I talked about wanting to buy the deck while watching Adam play it, which is, in my opinion, silly. And then, yeah, on the left, we have Blue-Red Prowess, a deck that I freaking love. I've talked about it, I think, every time that I've put this deck on camera. This was, like, my first true love deck of Modern was Blue-Red Prowess. I think I got, like, sales pitched on Magic in, like, 2017, right? 2018, when they were like, you should play Blue-White Control. And I was like, oh, that seems cool. And then I was like, yeah, it's whatever. Some of these cards are really cool, like Teferi Hero Dominaria. Banger. I was like, yeah, cool cards, whatever, you know, blah, 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 blah. But then I played Blue-Red Prowess, and I was like, yo, Monastery Swiss Spirit, Soul Scar Mage? These are some cool freaking cards, yo. A minute has passed. I can curse again. I can curse now. Algorithm be damned. So, yeah, Blue-Red Prowess, one of my favorite things. Sprite Dragon is like one of my favorite creatures of all time. I know it's not the most amazing thing in the world, but I love it. There's an Igmov Nexus here. Right, Hangerback Walker. I'm going to cast trigger on the little robot dude whose name I can't think of. As the Ozolith in play. Had a speech impediment as a kid, and sometimes it pops up, and it popped up right there real bad. A Monastery Swiss Spirit coming out for Cindy here. Going to cast a Manamorphose, going to make, I believe, red-red was the color combination, if I remember right. Going to get Prowess triggers, as well as a Sprite Dragon trigger. Going to draw a card. Cracks in for 4 points of damage here. Adam going down to 14. I feel like this matchup is just racing, right? Now, Blue-Red Prowess can play the control game just by trying to shoot down all the things before Adam can make them big. I think, I don't know how Ravager works. You have to, I guess it depends how, you have to have as many removal spells as they do artifacts. Because you're going to bolt it, they probably pop something to try and make it bigger. To get outside of the bolt range, so you'd have to have another thing. There's definitely somebody much smarter than me who knows the bolt to arcbound artifact conversion rate. The Shadow Spear coming off of that Urza Saga. What's interesting about the Hardened Skills deck is that obviously it's a combo deck with a combo finish, but you can just play this like artifact mid-range beatdown plan, and it's like one of my favorite things about it. It's one of my favorite things about the 8-cast deck in Legacy is that you just play this mid-range artifact pile, and I'm freaking here for it. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoy the artifact-based decks. They just feel like piles of good cards usually, and I'm here for that. Okay. Expressive Iteration here. Going to get our triggers. This was round 3 of our weekly Modern format. Now, I feel like I didn't do the ad reads last week at all, or this week for rounds 1 and 2, because there really aren't that many. We're just going to advertise the channel, because you're currently watching it here, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be amazing. You don't have to comment for no reason. Comment and tell me what your favorite deck in Modern is right now. Do you miss Mox Opal? Do you think Mox Opal could be unbanned if we ban Urza, Lord High Artificer? Those are your questions of the week, folks. Now, but back to what I was saying. This was round 3 of our weekly Modern tournament. We host Modern every week at Alternate Universes Bluebell, every Monday at 7 p.m. Sometimes 7:05, depending on when time Leland decides to get to the shop. And if you're not local to Bluebell, but maybe you're local to our Wilmington location, they do Modern every Thursday at 7 p.m. as well. Holmes, I believe, does it every Friday. I'm not down at Holmes too often. Not that I'm down at Wilmington very often either, but Holmes less so than Wilmington. But I imagine they do Modern as well. They've got some pretty cool staff members. Go visit them. Go say hi. Play some Modern with, I believe, Melis plays Modern.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hangerback Walker growing to its effect here. Life total's pretty even. Now, that game score is not accurate. It is not 0-2. I just missed it, apparently, while doing the reset for the round. Which has happened in the past. Heavens knows I've done it. What is the name of the freaking... What is the name of that card? I'm trying to think of the robot that's on the board. The one with Ward. I can tell you what it does. I just cannot think of its name. It's the mini Kappa Cannoneer. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. It's got Ward... What? Ward 2? I think it's Ward 2. And then when you cast an artifact spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. I cannot think of what the hell the name of the card is. I'm going to put the deck list in the comments, see it, and go, ah, that's right. And then grumble to myself, disappointingly. Arcbound Ravager here.
I'm going to sacrifice
Going to sacrifice Hangerback Walker. Module will put a counter on the Ravager. We'll also move the counters to the Ozolith. Makes 2 Thopter tokens.
Yeah.
That doesn't remind me,
I'm
does
going
it?
to combat and move 2 counters from the Ozolith onto the construct.
Because Ravager puts a +1/+1 counter on itself.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It does not have modular. That makes sense because you make the tokens when it dies.
10 different things.
Seems reasonable. Entered combat, put the Shadow Spear on the construct, then moved the counters from the Ozolith to the construct. The construct is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to cast a Dragon's Rage Chandler here. Wooded Foothills as a land for turn. Let's see, we have Bolt in hand. For sure, I don't think there's a way that Cindy can get back into the game here. Bolting the Ravager.
You can go to game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's any combination that really saves her here. So game 1 will be going to Adam. Game 2 starting immediately right there. Adam on a bolt of 6. Cindy, I believe, kept 7 if I remember correctly. Plays a Scalding Tarn as land for turn. I think her hand is just pure interaction. I see a dart, a bolt. Other cards that I cannot make out. Inkmoth Nexus. Coming here from Adam. Again, the only thing I don't want to buy from this deck, it's like the only expensive thing, is the Inkmoth Nexuses. Nexi. Alright, here comes the new Ozolith, which I will pull up to read. Came out with March of the Machines, not March of the Machines Aftermath. But if you want some epilogue boosters, you can come on over to Alternate Universes and pick some up. They are on sale today. Well, they went on sale last Friday, but you know what I mean. So, Ozolith the Shattered Spire is 1 and a green, legendary artifact. If one or more 1/1 counters, +1/+1 counters will be put on an artifact or creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on instead. And then for 1 and a green, you can tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or artifact you control, activate only as a sorcerer, and you can cycle it for 2 mana. Pretty good. I don't think the card is like the nuts, but it's pretty sweet. It's another effect, right? Like it's another skills effect. I think I've yet to see anybody like turbo do some nonsense by like curving scales into like Arcbound Ravager. But Zabaz coming out as a 2/2 here. Arcbound Ravager now also a 2/2.
Okay.
Iteration coming up from Cindy. This finds Lava Dart. I want to say Fury, but I don't think that's right. Mishra's Bauble. Fury would be pretty big here, though. Well, I mean, no one. You just Arcbound Ravager sack the Zabaz. Modular counters move to the Arcbound Ravager. It gets super big. Though, if you have a Bolt in response to that, not bad. I don't know.
Can I read Zabaz and
Yeah,
Arcbound?
go for it.
It's going to give Zabaz a quick read, which is very reasonable. I'm literally typing in Zabaz right now to read.
Okay.
One of the MH2 rares that were thrown by the wayside. Modular 1, if module triggered ability would put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on creature control, that many +1/+1 that many +1/+1 counters are put on instead. And it's 2 activate abilities that you probably never actually use, besides maybe the white ability, which is tap 1 white mana. Zabaz gains flying until end of turn, because you can make him pretty big. As you can make literally everything in your deck pretty big.
In response, bolts.
Okay, there's a bolt.
Yeah.
Zabaz will fall. I think Adam's deciding if he wants to sack the Ozolith to Arcbound Ravager. Nope, lets it die.
Combat 5.
Cracks in for 4 points of damage? Or 5 points of damage?
Ball
Yeah.
for you.
4 prowess triggers.
Okay. Draw.
Got our bauble draw. Did not see what it was though. Vaguely looks like an unholy heat, but God knows I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Hangerback Walker into another Zabaz. Once again, has 4 on board. Apologize for that coughing. I'm so sorry. See, now she has Fury. That would be nuts, right? Because you just shoot down the 4. He gets 2 Thopters regardless, but...
Shattering.
Would you be able to stack the triggers where the Hangerback Walker makes the Thopters, and then you can move the +1/+1 counters with the modular ability?
Sure.
Or modular not trigger because you don't have creatures in play. A Shattering Spree. Going to crack all that. Okay, cool. I guess it wouldn't trigger. Good to know. Shattering Spree replicated. We'll pop all 3 artifacts on the board.
damage.
Going to attack in Shift Spear, gonna dart one of the Thopters.
10. Yes.
A little surprised we're not flashback darting the other Thopter. Just for extra points of damage. And just to leave Adam with nothing on board. The Shadow Screen. Arcbound Ravager.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 mana iteration. Looks like we're bottom decking a bauble.
Play this.
Tarn as land for turn.
I'll go to 14. Combat. Go to damage? Yeah, so I'll take 2 down to... It'll take 3.
Yep.
7. Second mage. Play so Scarlet Mage.
Quit.
I'll dart it.
Going to Lava Darter.
I'm gonna sacrifice the thought for this. If it's a -1/-1 counter, use the dart.
Sacking a bunch of counters to the Arcbound Ravager. Sacking a bunch of counters. Sacking a bunch of artifacts to the Arcbound Ravager. Putting counters on it. In response to the spell damage that would put -1/-1 counters on it due to Soulscar Mage's ability.
So it's a 2-2
Gosh,
right
a
now?
second Shattering Screen would be huge here. Probably game winning at this point, right?
So went up to a 3/3 when I sacrificed
those
because of
two,
the Hardened
and
scale,
then
and then I got a -1/-1 counter for Soul Scar.
Yeah, so it's a 3-3.
Does have a bolt. Or what looks like a bolt? Is bolt on Arcbound lethal now? It's a 2/2 if you sack the Shadow Screen, makes it 3/3. Yeah, or I guess it would be a 4/4.
For 4 damage. Bolts. You.
I think the bolt's supposed to go with the Ravager here.
3, 4, 5.
Because even if Adam then sacks the Shadow Spear to it to make it 4/4, Soul Scar will just kill it,
It's 2.
and he doesn't gain any life. And then takes 3, 4, 5 points of damage for 2.
Yep.
Flag Crown Pathway as Lance return. Well, I guess you can't activate both abilities as the bomb's done.
I'm gonna activate this.
If you animate the income necklace, you'll sack it to the Ravager. Attacking in for 5 points of damage here.
5/5.
Cindy will go to 12, Adam will go to 7. Living pretty dangerously? Just hoping she doesn't draw a bolt. I think she drew a land, which is a really unfortunate top deck. James in 5 points of damage here. I'm going to animate the Inkwalk Nexus. We'll put it in front of the Sprite Dragon.
Okay, so you'll take 2.
I imagine it's just going to get stacked to the Ravager.
Damage, I'm gonna sacrifice it to the Ravager. So yeah, I take 2. I go to 5. Yep.
Cindy buys Gigantha. I'm going to draw for turn. Patchwork Automaton. That's its name. Let's go. Adam then going to sack the Automaton to the Ravager, throwing it to a 9/9, and attacks in for 9 points of Trample Lifelink. And that is just going to be the game. Cindy's going to scoop it up. Adam will be taking 2-0 with Hardened Scales over Jeskai Prowess. Thank you for watching, folks, and have a great rest of your day.